Hello and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2. And where we left off, we managed to get ourselves a member of the crew in Nia. We got our contract sorted and we've got our supplies and our we're in fuel and our supplies, as in like food and stuff. So we are ready to embark on the mish. So we want to go on the Conway signal first to earn some money. It's going to cost 2 fuel. How do I check? I want to make sure I've got my crew. How do I get that person on my crew? Ah, there you go, crew. So we're selecting Nia to come with us. And we can't select Junie, and we can't select either. I think Seraphin is, you can't not take him. So I think he's with us whatever. So I like the crew. It's looking good. I'm excited to go on an actual contract. And here we go. We're off the Hex dock. It's a drone. Seraphin spots the signal source first. The light barely shimmering off the dark hull plating. A design trait that betrays its covert use. A flash catches your attention, and you see a rent in the hull. A rent? Through which a red light pulses. Wounded, Seraphin shakes his head. Wish I'd just finished the job. You seen one before? Seraphin looks back over his shoulder towards you. We've seen one before, don't you? He sighs. Sorry, I know it isn't your fault. He looks at the drone. Lane had us work on one at Darkside Bay, though it was barely a shell, disarmed and deactivated. He had us searching through its guts for salvage. Even that one gave me the creeps. Had its core ripped out. He pushed the ship closer. This one still lives. This one is still alive. There you go. Conway. Nia kisses her teeth. Corporate scum. You glance over at her and see the fire in her bright eyes. They don't even dare to come here. They force us out themselves. It's all proxies and drones. She shakes her head. Typical corporate cowards. Run into them before? She glances at you. You might say that. She looks out at the drone. You won't see me taking the eye off that thing for a second. Seraphin carefully guides the ship closer. You watch the drone. The system is full of these things now, running missions for their operators. Red C1 out in the belt line. Maybe got hit during a run-in with a Senet stat mercs. Looks like it's drifting. Most of the system's blown out, but look there. He jabs a finger towards the red light on the far side of the drone. It's still broadcasting, maybe even receiving. Seraphin brings you even closer. What I remember from the Darkside job is that the central core and the broadcasting array need to be shut off to kill these things. The core will turn off local systems, and the broadcast array will sever the link with the Conway operators. Seraphin swallows. But you can't bet those systems. But you can bet those systems are protected. Let him explain. Your attention is suddenly drawn by a shudder from the drone, like a tremor running along its length. This thing is rigged to blow, Sleeper, he frowns. We go slow and careful, and we don't touch anything we don't know about. He turns back to Nia. You hear that? I gotcha. She looks sincere. Seraphin begins the rig. Let's try that again. Seraphin brings the rig to a stop, close enough for you to cross through open space and reach the drone's hull. Let's suit up. You head down the airlock and prepare. As you get suited up, You think of the corporate war taking place in the inner systems, the war that this drone was driven from. Out here, on the shore of the conflict, the biggest danger is this flotsam and jetsam drifting in with the tides and the orbits of the system. And the orbits of the systems might, one cycle, bring the war with it. For now, the belt is outside of its reach. But looking at the red pulsing drone, that doesn't give you too much comfort. Welcome to your first contract. Well, on your contract, you'll be able to assign 2 dice for each crew member, as you would assign your own dice. Pay attention to the crew's skills to use them effectively. On certain outcomes, crew will take crew stress. When their stress is full, you will no longer be able to use them to perform actions. While on a contract, your energy bar will automatically be supplied for each cycle that you have available supplies. When your supplies are depleted, both you and your crew will take 1 stress per cycle. Contracts also have their own contract stress. When this bar is filled, the contract will fail. Good luck. Okay, so have we assigned the dice yet, or is it pre-assigned? It looks like it's... I don't know. They have their own dice from this one. Okay. Let's have a look at the access hatch first. You can reprogram the hatch or release the hatch. I don't think anyone is good at anything other than the reprogram, which is yellow. We could do that. 100% positive, but that's what? It's like 1 or 2. We need to do it again and again. That's going to be really hard to do. Let's have a look at the hull damage. Identify a route. Again, it's long though. Blue. It's 25% positive. Okay, so that one has 2 options. Okay, so that's just the normal rig options. So we can either do this just again and again using my dice, or we can do this and then do... Oh, see, this one's danger. I mean, there's no negative. So let's do this one, because we can do the blue and we can do... One minute. What's this with 2? It's not great. It's not great at all, is it? Let's start. Let's start with this one. Start with the hardest and move up. Okay, that did not work out too well. The range stress has gone up. We're gonna keep going and hope that this doesn't get a negative. Neutral. Okay, that's 1 flipping heck. We have no more dice for him. Hopefully that was not a mistake. Okay, we got 2 from that one. Oh, hang about. 100% positive. Beautiful. Okay. She's got plus, so we should use hers again. There's a little bit of danger, but I'm going to go for it. Damn it. Okay. I did not need that to go badly. Positive. Perfect. positive. We're running out of dice though, this is the problem. Oh, come on now. You've gained some stress. As stress has increased, I missed that tutorial. Okay. So, stress is bad, basically. I don't know where our stress is. Oh, I see. It's the little red dots above the dice. Oh, come on. I don't know what... Dark surface of the drone shudders beneath you. Red light flashes across it, pulsing out from the torn holes in its skin. You look around and see Seraphim silhouetted against the rig, already clear of the drone. He's leading Nia with him, grabbing onto her suit and guiding her back to airlock. He glances back at you and realizes you're in trouble. You don't have a choice. We leap. Neutral outcome. There you go. You feel a buzzing sensation coming through the hull as you take a moment to calculate your trajectory, then kick off hard as the drone's hull, sending yourself arcing wildly towards the upper part of the rig. An instant later, a pulse runs through you, blanking out your senses for a moment. You feel a shudder of pain and then silence. The impact with the rig jerks you awake. You scramble for a handhold. You manage to find one and pull yourself against the ship. You glance back and see arcs of energy shimmering across the dark hull of the drone. Nia and Seraphim are waiting for you at the airlock. Seraphim guides you with care and cycles the system. At least the drone is dead, Nia offers tentatively. There is no way that thing is broadcasting anymore. You look out at the airlock window, and the drone. Its hull is now coming away, spilling its complex insides into the void. You rub your arm, feeling flashes of pain. Not the easiest way to complete a contract, but it's done. Contract is concluded. You can leave via the map. Does that mean we didn't get anything good from it, though? Flippin' heck, look at my stress. Okay, I need to head back then. You can travel back to the hub once you leave. You're not able to return. Leave the contract. Can we? We can't do anything. Yeah, we can't do anything. So might as well just leave. -5 stress when you leave. Okay, perfect. After docking at Hexport, Seraphim lets go of the controls and leans back in his chair. Nia leans over to you. Thank you, Sleeper. She stretches. I know you took a chance on me. Glad to have you. Nia smiles, an infectious smile. Feels good to make contract work, Seraphim smiles. No matter how we pull it off. It's hard to agree. It feels better when Hexport couriers come with a lockbox full of chits. Lane may still be hunting you, but this should help the effort to slip his net. Suddenly, you hear a familiar voice. Nia! Femi glides into view, approaching from the docks. He fixes you with a stare. What are you playing at, Sleeper? Nia wanted to come. You go to speak, but Nia drifts forward, cutting you off. Don't come throwing your weight around, Femi. I can make my own decisions. She glances back at you. Sleeper took me at my word, and I'm grateful. Femi's fuming. Did they now? He turns to you. Well, if you are working for Sleeper, I hope they paid you well. Nia looks away. Well, I asked, so... Femi smiles. Oh, so they aren't paying you? Seraphim crosses his arms. Let's keep this civil. You realize this is the first time he's meeting Femi. If we are being civil, it seems like Nia is owed her share. Femi fixes you with a severe look. I think we pay her, right? It makes sense. You grab a quarter of chits from the lockbox and hold them out to Nia. She takes them sheepishly. Alright then, Femi smiles. We're good here. And he turns to leave. Nia mouths sorry and follows Femi across the docks. Seraphim watches them go. You sure know how to pick 'em, Sleeper. He shakes his head. He turns away and heads back along the docking bridge. I just hope we aren't going to end up with a stack of cryos short when you need to get out of here. It's alright. She earned that money, right? You just completed a drive and earned an upgrade point. You have push upgrades available. Go to the character screen on the right of the UI to see them. 2 points available. I don't know, do I want to spend the 2 points on one of these, or do I want to save them and spend them on one of these? To improve, like, I think I probably want to improve these more than anything, right? No dice damage on push reroll. Reroll 1 dice. I mean, they both sound okay, but I'd rather hold on to it and wait, to be honest. Okay, so we're nearly halfway with being caught. So we do need to probably... We've got fuel that we need to get, and we've got full supplies, so we don't need any supplies. Let's fill up on fuel. Perfect. And then we're going to go do this one again. We're going to go straight into the next one. And we've got Junie coming along with this one. I can't remember what I did for Junie's voice, so apologies if it sounds weird. The Solheim derelict fills the cockpit view. The cockpit windows. All twisted plates and skeletal strut work. You watch it in horror and fascination as Seraphim completed the approach. Both of you silent in the presence of this decaying beast. Now as you settle beside it, Seraphim is the first to break the silence. This thing is already dead. He shakes his head. It's a corpse, Sleeper. He nudges the ship closer, looking for a place to dock. I touch this thing too hard and it'll crumble to dust. Let's not do that. Seraphim does a little mocking salute. Aye aye. He rolls his eyes. Any other tips? Do you know what? I can't remember what Junie was, but I cannot be bothered to do an annoying voice for this, so it's kind of like a high pitch. Take us up there! That's the bridge! Junie points towards the end of the ship. Both of you and Seraphim turn around, having forgotten she was even in the cockpit. She hasn't said a word since you departed. She glances at both of your bemused faces. What? She looks away. Sorry, I just... That's where we need to go. She stops pointing. Seraphim nods towards Junie. She's not wrong, Sleeper. The bridge would be a good start. Assess the wreck first. Junie settles silently back in the seat. She looks away out of the cockpit, and then you are unsure if she's upset or just embarrassed. Carefully, Seraphim brings the ship closer to the derelict and guides along the hull. The rig's light ripple over the broken surface, finding gaps and cracks everywhere. It seems remarkable that this derelict is still held together. Shit, Seraphim hisses. A huge spinning piece of debris drifts in front of the cockpit. He pushes the rig down beneath it and squeezes between the debris and the hull. As he does so, an ear-splitting screech signals the rig scraping across the derelict's skin. You freeze for a moment, waiting for the breach sirens to sound, but the moment passes and you relax. You glance at Seraphim, his face betrays no emotion. This isn't safe, Seraphim shakes his head. I'm going to find somewhere better to settle the ship. Then we need to suit up and work our way along the hull on foot. You look back at Junie to see her still seated, eyes wide. You okay? Junie looks at you. There's a sudden unfamiliar hardness in her eyes, that surprises you. Then moments later she's gone and her gaze softens. I'm okay. She smiles, a flat smile. Don't worry. Seraphim brings the ship away from the derelict hull an inch at a time, then slowly brings it round to settle close to an almost intact hull plate. This section is fairly free of debris. He nudges the ship a little closer. We should be good here, to hold here. Seraphim unclips his seat, and you and Junie follow suit. As you all glide down towards the airlock, Junie silently follows. You can't help but feel judged. As you reach the airlock, Seraphim begins suiting up. If we're lucky, that little collision hasn't started a cascade that will end up with this place coming apart under our feet. Seraphim violently kicks his legs into a set of EVA trousers, clearly irritated by his own carelessness. Wasn't your fault. Seraphim shoots a look. Fault isn't gonna matter when we're floating off into the black. It's a delicate job, Junie says quietly, almost to herself. The data core will be fragile. She casts a furtive glance in the direction of you and Seraphim. Very fragile. Understood. Junie nods appreciatively. The rest of the preparation takes place in a tense silence, each of you considering the delicate job ahead. You suit up too, though you don't need a helmet to breathe. You slide one on and lock the seals for protection. This wreck isn't going to give up its salvage easily. The core should be near the bridge, maybe even inside it, but there's a lot of wreck here. It might be good salvage tucked away in the cargo hold. Once the suits are on and the seals are checked, you cycle the locks and stare out into the vast expanse of twisted hulk before you. Time to go to work. Okay, so we've got a corroded airlock, depressurized bay, and that looks it. Is that it? I want to get to the bridge, but it looks like the bridge isn't available yet. So let's have a look at the corroded airlock first. We have the danger stuff, which we can do with me and Seraphim. One is but it's quite a lot to unlock. How about the next one? A lot less to unlock. Seraphim can do the danger one, and I can do the risky one. Let's... How 50-50? Let's give it a risk. Damn it. Okay. That was exactly what I didn't want to happen. Right. Where did I leave off? Sorry, my wife was at the door, so I had to go get her. I think I'm doing this, aren't I? Because it's 100% certain. Nice. So now he can't, Seraphim can't do anything on that one. Ooh. One crisis active. What's the crisis? Hull breach. Emergency seal? Oh, he can't do one. Can Thingy do one? It's risky. I mean, we're not going to be able to steal that, won't we? Let's hope that we don't... Let's try and do this as quick as possible compared to... Because we just need to get one here. So let's do this. What about one? No, we don't want to risk it with one. Okay. Done. Cargo storage. Map the bays. Oof, risky. Let's just do it and hope that we do alright. Scrap survey, nice. What does that mean? One minute. So, oh, let's just go for it. Oh, negative outcome, she's stressed. I'm just going to keep trying with the ones here. Nice. So, we are 2 away. 100% positive. Let's just do this. Deep bays, extract raw scrap. Can we... I think we can, like, if we go back and do make a meal. Action unavailable. So energy is full. How do we... Oh, I need... You can't... No time to rest. Okay. Oh, we can end the cycle, though. Okay, let's end the cycle. So we all have new... Ahaha, okay, I see. Perfect, so we can actually... I wonder if I messed up the last one because I didn't end the cycle. Let's go with this first. One raw scrap. And there is derelict stress though, and that has caused another exclamation mark. Do I do that again, or how do we get to the bridge? I think we have to do this to get to the bridge, which is a little bit annoying. Let's just keep using the high ones for this then. Bridge entry. No? Hasn't unlocked bridge entry. Should be alright with this. Oh no, we got negative. Flipping heck. This is... It's not on our side at the moment. 100% positive. 2, so we're 3 short. What if he does 4? What's that? I mean, there's danger. It's not looking good for us, is it? So we gained 1 scrap. That's cool. We are 1 away from bridge entry. Is there anything else that she can do? Oh! Fuel leak. Oh my goodness, there's so much stress. Can she do scrap? No, she can't do scrap. Hull breach, can she do anything? No, she can't do hull breach. Fuel leak. She can't do anything with fuel leak. We need an engineer. A good one as well. Ah, she can do something about this though. Nice. Okay. So we just need to end the cycle now. Oh no. There's a horrifying lurch. You're spinning through the bay while you were crossing in hails of debris. You watch as the side of the bay suddenly tears open in front of you, a gaping maw toothed with flying debris. You stare into it. You breathe heavy in your ears, your eyes wide. Suddenly feel a tug on your back, your tether. As you spin back from the sudden arrest of your glide, you see Seraphim holding on the other end, reeling you towards him. We have to go, sleeper. His voice comes urgently over the comms channel. This place is done. You both make your way through a splitting derelict in silence, charting a path through what were once passages that are now twisted tubes like intestinal tracts of some dead creature. Eventually, you make it out onto the surface to find the rig still tethered but gashed with debris and scars. You and Seraphin exchange concerned glances. "We are going to pay for this." He looks over the damage. "Let's hope she still flies." You tether together and push off from the hull. Seraphin glides through the debris below you, the derelict exploding in slow motion, tearing apart in swarms of razor-edged shards. All this and no core, Seraphin fumes. Now the rig's torn up too. You don't have much to offer in answer. He's right. Seems the job was a disaster. You just hope it isn't terminal. "It's gone." Junie's voice comes through faintly over the comms. She must already be on the ship. "The whole ship's falling apart." "No shit," Seraphin answers back. "Contracts are bust." "What a waste," Junie says quietly, and then the channel clicks off. You arrive at the rig's airlock and bundle yourselves inside, noticing the exterior damage, and it looks mostly superficial, but will no doubt take its toll on the ship. Once you're back in the cockpit, you look out at the derelict's shattered forms. It seems you will be its last visitors. Damn it! That's so annoying that we failed that mission. I really didn't want to. As you arrived into Hexport, Junie speaks up from the back of the cockpit. "I need to speak to you both." On the journey back, you notice that Junie hardening and now seems very different from the nervous hacker you first brought with you. "I know we failed to extract the core," she sighs, "but I wanted to be honest with you about why I came with you. I don't work for Carsten. Perhaps that was obvious. I didn't want to bring him the core." You and Seraphin exchange glances. "You lied?" "Yes." She looks away. "I know I shouldn't have done that, but I had explained that if I had explained in the Hexport, would you have taken me? I wanted a chance to show you my worth before I came to you. Do you know how many of those cores are left intact?" Junie suddenly looks gripped by emotion. "Like it or not, we live in Solheim's shadow, in their ruins, and yet we know almost nothing. What chance do we have of understanding how we got where here when others like them, like Senetsat and Conway, are descending on this system? The station and most of the other habitats the belt are built on is Solheim Foundation." She frowns. "Yet we are too busy scavenging them to take the time to look for answers. Men like Carsten want nothing but the raw materials of cores, like the one we lost." She shakes her head. "We can do better. We could learn our history and how this system is settled. We could better learn the technology we build our lives on. We could uncover Solheim's crimes and seek to make amends." She meets our eyes. "We could see beyond survival towards something else." You have never heard Junie speak like this, and you realise what you've taken for nervous was actually control. The person in front of you, the morning data core, is the real Junie. Not that it matters. She glances away. "It's all lost now. Keep your honesty," Seraphin cuts in. "It's worthless to us." He completes the landing protocols and begins shutting the rig's engines off. "We don't have time for confessions." Junie looks crestfallen. "Carsten won't come for you. That's what we're worried about. He's ignorant and stubborn, but he isn't vengeful. That's not what we're worried about." Seraphin gives her a pointed look. "Explain to Junie." You tell Junie about the feed lines Carsten has, and you and Seraphin fleeing something that you cannot run away, that you can run, and that you can't run any further without them. Junie nods along, her eyes darting back and forth as if trying to calculate something in her mind. Seraphin turns to you. "If you have any bright ideas on how to get those feed lines, now would be the time, sleeper." "There is another way," Junie interrupts. "I could help you steal the feed lines." She stares at both of you with determination. We could do it together. Seraphim looks at you with raised eyebrows. Seems like he's noticed the change in Junie too. Carsten is an idiot. I can hack his security and you can pull them out there. She looks at Seraphim. You seem tough, she shrugs. We can do it. Seriously? Junie gives the kind of withering expression that you wouldn't have thought her capable of several cycles ago. Seriously. Junie looks between the two of you. Hexport hasn't exactly been kind to me. You two trusted me, even though I didn't deserve it. I'm not used to that. I want to repay it. Not to mention that Carsten is probably ripping you off, even if you get enough cryo. What's to say he won't raise the price? Trust me, he's no good. I was just trying to deal with Carsten to get those derelict coordinates from the moment I arrived here. He ran me in circles. She shakes her head. Seraphim watches her closely. Even if I do take you at your word, which given everything seems a little tough, how do we even do this? He raised his eyebrow. You were telling me you just drift in there and take the feed lines? Look, I get you. You don't trust me, she pauses. But what if I have a vested interest in this working out? There's nothing left for me here, and I don't much feel like hanging around waiting for Carsten to figure out my involvement in all this. I need safe passage. You need feed lines to grant it. She allows herself a smile. See where I'm going with this? Seraphim sighs. I don't like it. He pauses. But it makes sense. What do you think, Sleeper? We all get something. Exactly, Junie smiles. Let me prepare. I'll head to Factory Row, scope the place out, meet me there, we can work out a plan. She glances between the two of you. Trust me, we can find a way. We'll keep it simple, clean. Let's get to it. Okay then, Junie smiles. Trust me, this is going to work. I'll go scope out the bay. We need in Factory Row. We should split up. Less likely for Carsten to suspect us. Meet me there in a few and we can finish setting up. Junie unclips her seat, floating. I want to show you I can be trusted. That we can do this. She looks between the two of you. Believe that, please. And with that, she slips away down the passage, towards the airlock and hexport beyond. You look at Seraphim. I'm saying nothing, Sleeper. He unclips it from his seat too. Either this is the kind of mess you have to go through to get out the other side, or this is the kind that you never escape. Either way, we're in it now. He leaves the cockpit. You stare at the chaotic lights of Hexport and wonder if anything in the Starward Belt ever runs smoothly. Well, that was 2 contracts failed, basically. So contracts are hard, man. But Junie has given us a little bit of hope. I think we probably have a look at selling some scrap next. Let's have a look. We just got to escape the hexport. So we have to sell the scrap and escape the hexport using Junie's plan of stealing the stuff. But I'm just noticing that red circle is going around very quickly. Like, it's not going by 1, it's going by 2 or 3. So we need to work quickly if we're going to do it. So come back next time to see how we manage to do this, and I think we'll be leaving Hexport in the next video. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you're enjoying the game. I am. It's a fun game, but it's hard. It's definitely got a very difficult spike to it. But yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.